great show. But Lily Collins, very smart girl, was on this podcast talking about a great relationship that she had versus a bad relationship that she had. And what she said that I loved was that the bad relationship person made her feel like she had to be smaller in the world, and that the right relationship person made her feel empowered to be bigger in the world and to own the space, all the space that she could for, what she had to offer. And I think that's such a powerful message, and something that, Austin kind of learns in the book as well, that Whitney, that I have learned along the way is, because we've all been in those relationships where you feel like I can't be as happy as I want to be because I don't want to make him feel worse because maybe he's having a bad day or whatever. But I think, the right person is going to be there to celebrate you no matter if they're having a crappy day. They're just going to be happy that you're happy. And I think that's kind of what you have to seek out in this world, is the person that lets you be big. And, there's moments obviously to not do that for the right reasons, and to not just like shove it in someone's face if if they're not having a great day. But, I think that kind of instinct is something that you develop over time. And certainly as you get into your 40s and yourself better, and your needs, and that's a luxury of dating at this age, I suppose.
I love that you said that. I love that whole thing about never being too much. I did a whole episode with another author, actually, Jeanette LeBlanc, and she is also amazing on Instagram to follow. She talked about that, and that episode was called "You Are Never Too Much," because you're never too much. And she wrote like a little piece about this, and we talked about it. But I was so attracted to that energy, because it's true. Like if there's a lot of amazing things that we talked about in this podcast, but I think my favorite is the fact that you deserve to take up space. You deserve to take up space.
Yeah. And I'm like I said, I don't. Sorry, my network just cut a little bit. So keep going.
But I was going to say, like, you deserve to take up space, and you be who you are, and the right people will be attracted to that energy. I mean, male or female, there are atrocious women out there as well. Right? So we're not but the fact of the matter is, this is about your experience as a woman dating men. But we do know that there are atrocious women out there that make men feel small also. And it doesn't matter who you are, what gender. You deserve to take up space and be the person you are. If you are, obviously, if you're an asshole, maybe you might want to work on that. Like, honestly, but you know what I mean? Like, if you are this person that being made to feel small, you don't deserve that. You deserve to take up space by virtue of just being here and born and in this life.
Agreed. And I think that that's true of people that you're in dating relationships with and friendship relationships with. And I was talking to another relationship coach therapist, and she was asking, like, how does this character keep getting back up in the face of rejection? Like, she's very resilient, and how does it not just tire her out that she just has so many rejections and so many relationships that go south? And what I said is, I think that, it's about the female friendships and about this sense of self-worth that she gets from the women that are around her, because she has these amazing female friends. I have these amazing female friends. And when I look at these women who are in my life and say, gosh, I admire you, I respect you, I love you, I think you're an incredible human. I think that if those people didn't feel something similar toward me, we wouldn't be friends. And so I think the people that you are surrounded by are somehow a reflection of you. And for her, for Austin, for this character, it was that kind of reflection of saying, I see these women see me, I see them. There is a lot to love here. And so I'm going to keep going until I find what it feels like I deserve. And I think that that's an important attitude to keep.
I love that. I'm going to keep going. I should get that tattooed on my arm. I'm going to keep going till I find what I deserve. Like that, let that all be all of our mottos for life. especially
Absolutely.
with regard to dating and for friendships. And what you said about environment, I mean, one of my mentors always says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
It's spot on.
So it's like you got to be careful with who's in your environment. You have to curate your friends like you curate art or music or
And
films.
agreed. And I think that, sometimes it's tough because you have been friends with somebody for a long time and then you kind of see them change or you change and you kind of question why you're still friends with this person. And then you say, well, but we've been friends forever. So, I guess I need to still put up with this person. And what I have determined in my own life is that's actually not true. Some people aren't meant to be friends forever. Some people are meant to be friends for a moment or just a period in time. And it's okay to let that go if that relationship doesn't serve you anymore well, or that you don't serve each other well. And I think the same again with relationships or with friendships, like that has to be true. You have to think about what is this person bringing to me? What am I bringing to this person? Does it feel like a reciprocal relationship where we both are getting something out of it? And if the answer
Mhm.
is no, then why are you there?
Yeah, some people don't want to like really dig that deep. Sometimes they have insecurities about rocking the boat. Sometimes they have people pleasing residual traumas, but
Yeah.
it's a lot to like look within and like really figure out what you want and what you need and
Hmm.
maybe give some, work towards understanding what is causing you to want to stay in relationships, whether they're romantic or friendships that are making you feel small or making you feel like you're not connected.
Exactly.
So
And
it's a
and like
really
I
good
said,
point.
that was really what kind of came through after I put all the horrible dates down on paper and said, okay, what's the red thread? It was that quest for self in the quest for love. And it's both are just so important.
I agree with you. I could not agree more. So tell me, like, what was one of the greatest challenges you found with writing this book?
Well, I've never written a book before. So, if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
And I actually, I ended up working with these two amazing editors, and I thank them in the acknowledgments of the back for, I think what I said was taking what I vomited out onto a page and teaching me how to turn it into a novel. Because one of them was a structural editor. Her name was Holly Ingram, and she basically she took the first draft, which was kind of like one chapter per guy. And within some of the more significant ones, there was some flashback or some flash forward to try to put the story in context. And she said, nope, you can't do that. It's impossible to keep the timeline straight with all this jumping around. You should pull it apart, tell those stories in full in a linear way. So when the guy comes back, that you go, oh, so and so's back. Maybe now is when they're going to sort out. And you kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, duh. Like anybody who's ever read a book kind of understands that is logical. But if you've never written a book, you don't know. And then the second editor that I worked with, her name was Rosie Josie. She was like an angel from heaven, and she basically taught me about inner monologue.